Hey Year 10s, Mr. Baumgarten here. Just wanted to make a quick video based on some questions I've received from students regarding when to use an if statement versus when to use elifs. So I've got here a piece of code that is near identical. You can see here lines 5 through 12. I'm saying, is A less than 0? Is it less than 10? Is it less than 20? Is it less than 30? And then down in the second set, I've got is if A is less than 0, but this time I'm using elifs for the other statements. Elif is else is A less than 10, else if it's less than 20, else if it's less than 30. And let's take a look at the difference of what happens when I run this code. You can see the different behavior of what's going on in each case. So if I type a number, scenario 1, let's type in the number 5. And this has told me that 5 is less than 10, 5 is less than 20, 5 is less than 30, which it is in all cases. Right? So it hasn't printed this. Is if A is less than 0. 5 is not less than 0, so it has skipped this. Then we have a fresh if statement. Is 5 less than 10? Yes it is, so it comes in and runs it. And then we have another fresh if statement. Is 5 less than 20? Yes it is, so it'll come in and print this line. If 5 is less than 30? Yes it is, it'll print that line. So every time it encounters an if statement, it is going to ask the question. And if it's true, it'll run what is indented. The second scenario, if I again use the number 5 and hit enter, it will only tell me that 5 is less than 10. Because the elif statements are linked, all linked together as one big if statement. So what's happening here is we come into line 18, is 5 less than 0? No, it's not, so we're going to skip that. Else, if 5 is less than 10. 5 is less than 10, so it is going to print that. And because we had we found something that matched, we then skip everything else and carry on from line 26 onwards. So these two lines here, these if statements got skipped because they are using the else ifs, elifs, they are all linked together. And as soon as one of these is true, the rest will not even get looked at. So that's why scenario 2, it told me that it was less than 10, but it didn't run these pieces here. Even though those if statements would have been true, they weren't checked because as soon as this was true, everything else got skipped. So that is the difference between using if every time versus using elifs. Hope that helps. This is Mr. Baumgarten signing out.